going on, guys? You are locked into Trending with Nate, and today I have a super special guest with me, the winner of season 9 Love Island, Sanam. I knew you guys were not expecting this one.
Hi.
Welcome to BritAsia TV.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm really excited to be here, to be honest.
I'm so excited to have you here because I have never had a Love Island contestant, let alone a winner on my show yet.
I love that. Hi, everyone.
I know, guys, this is a moment. I think this is one for like the history books.
This is making history here.
We really are. We really, really are. So there's so much I want to talk to you about.
Okay.
But let's start with life before Love Island. What were you doing? What made you apply?
Right, life before Love Island. Oh my God. So I was doing like my 9 to 5, or 8 a.m. to 5. Monday to Friday, I was a social worker and I worked in post-adoption support.
No way.
So I'd actually just finished or graduated from my master's about a year ago before I did like my job. I was in my first year of being qualified, loving it so much. I had like so many little families I was supporting, loved the team, was absolutely amazing. I was doing that, going to the gym after work and seeing my friends and family like whenever I could.
Yeah.
And that was literally like my life. And then it just got to this point where like one summer, well, last year summer, so 2022 summer, like around June time, I just sat there and I thought like, I'm like 24 years old. I've spent like 5 years of my life in uni because I did an undergrad and then straight to my master's and then straight into work. I thought, like, what have I done that's like really exciting? Like I've done like nothing. Like as much as I love my job and whatever I am, like what can I do that's just gonna spice it up a bit? So I had this 1 week, right? And I just took this all as a sign. This one random week at work, I had about 3 random people just say to me, you should be on Love Island right now. And I'm just sat there thinking like, do you not think I'm good at my job? Or
What are you trying to say?
I was like, oh, really? Me, no. And then outside of work, I had like a friend just randomly say to me, why aren't you Love Island? And I was like, I don't really know. And then like the last person to say this to me in that same week was my mum.
No way.
So I literally took that as a sign from the heavens. Like I was like, right, if my mum is like support me to go on to Love Island, I'm gonna
need to go.
I'm not questioning it. I'm not second guessing it. I was like, Mum, you said it now. You can't take it back. If you think I should be on Love Island, I'm gonna go on Love Island.
I'm going on Love Island. See you later.
So I literally that like weekend went online, filled out an application form, and just applied for Love Island. No way. And then I went on to it.
So before this, you'd never considered it?
No, I literally...
It was just that 1 week of people?
Yeah. I literally, if you get a sign, take the sign. Like, I do believe in signs, to be fair.
The universe speaks to you. I really believe it.
I think that was my week of it. So I literally was just like, I'm not going to mess around. I think once I got one like parent's blessing, like, that's enough for me. I was like, yeah, I'm going to go. Okay.
I'm good to go.
Don't need the other one, just one's fine. And yeah, no, I just applied and it was a long process, but I heard back from them like between like July to January. It was like 1 meeting each month. So it was very long compared to other people that I spoke to. But yeah, no, they asked for me to go on and I was like, okay, I'll take the risk and go. So I did.
And it's paid off, clearly. So you went into Casa. So let's debunk some myths, right? Because if you're going on to Casa, what as the public we see is that you guys are living your normal day-to-day lives and then you get a call and it's literally like you're going into Casa. So is it true?
That's very, very true.
No way.
As a social worker, I should have really given them 3 months notice if I was going to leave. And I did say it to them, like, it was about December time. I said, right, I know it's December, the show hasn't started, but if you do want me on, please at least give me like a month's notice. And they're like, yeah, but we can't let you know if we want you on or not. Like, we're still deciding. And I was like, okay. And it got to about January, the show had started, and I was like, well, I'm not getting it on. And it got to February, and I got a call from one of the casting members, and they're like, we absolutely love you and would love for you to come on to the show in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And at that point, I did the calculations. I was like, a couple of weeks in this Casa Amor. And then I was like, I'll think about it. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to, like, if it's Casa Amor, I'll risk it, whatever. And then they rang me about 4 days while I was flying out and said, we want you to fly out. And I was like, but I'm still working. Like, what on earth? So... yeah, but do you know what, lucky for me, I'd actually spoke to my manager about it. Yeah. So my manager, when I actually told her and confirmed that I was going to go on to Love Island, she was very supportive. She's like, you know what, it's a massive opportunity, take it and go. Yeah. If worse comes to worse, you don't get far, you can still have your job back. And
I love that.
And even still, if you come back and you still want your job's here for you. So,
I love that.
Yeah.
I was going to say, so what was that process like? Like, at what point did you like tell your managers, okay, I'm applying?
I told them, when I got the phone call initially to say that they're considering me to go on in a couple of weeks. And then after I confirmed it, I did speak to my manager about it. And I told her all about what I was doing. And even when I told her, she was so supportive, which I took as a massive shock. I was like, what, really? I was like, great, okay. And then so when I did tell her it's confirmed I'm going on, I got a flight in 4 days' time. She was like, just do it. Don't worry about us. Like, we'll sort it all out. And so I made sure though, I'm a very ethical social worker. I made sure the passport was up to date with all my work before I left them. I didn't just leave mine dry.
Bye.
Yeah. So yeah, and then I flew out. So yeah.
Wow. So obviously there has been another brown girl previously that's gone on. We had Shannon. And when she went on, the reactions were mixed. I think the girls were loving it because we were finally like, there's someone on there we can relate to. But then there was the other half of the community that was like, what is this person doing? With you're from the Indo-Caribbean community. That's your heritage. So what was the differences? What was the reaction from the people?
Do you know what it was? I think because not many people know what Indo-Caribbean is.
Yeah.
So when you look at me, you think I'm like just Indian completely, like there's nothing more to me. So I think there was a lot of people support me because of that, but also because I started from the Caribbean, there's a lot of people from the Caribbean who do know about Indo-Caribbean because obviously that's where we're from, that was also support me. And then sort of like when I came out and explained it, I did worry that sort of the Indian or Asian community would step back and not want to support me, but I was so wrong. I have actually been so lucky and so blessed that I've been welcomed in by all the communities that have been supporting me. Yeah. And I think for me as well, like I always said, when I'm going to go on there, I'm not going to be anyone that I'm not. I'm always going to be true to myself. I'm not going to be fake. I'm not going to start arguments with someone if I don't need to start argument. I'm not going to like go in there and be like, just causing drama, because that's not who I am. Yeah. And I think because I was able to sort of like hold myself up high and like sort of maintain my like morals, I think that also put a good image of like us brown girls out there. 100%. And I think for brown girls watching, or people from the Caribbean, people who are Indian, Asian, watching, they were able to see like a positive role model on TV. And that's all I really want to be in life, just a positive role model for people watching. Yeah. So I think it was a really positive sort of like outcome, and I'm very, very, very grateful to have such support from all the communities out there.
And I think that's what actually was so refreshing about you as well, is because you and Kai were just so wholesome. Yeah. It was just wholesome. There was no drama. There was, nothing like you guys had like forced anything. Like,
do you know what? Yeah. So basically, like when I remember when I was sitting at home watching it, and I was thinking, who on earth am I going to go on there and like get on with? Because I like no offense to all the guys, they're all very good looking, but I was like, I'm not really attracted to any of these people, apart from Kai, who's the only one that really caught my eye. But before you go on, they say to you, who's your top 3? And I'm like, Kai. And I'm like, I don't really know about the other 2. But you have to give 2 other ones. And then when I went into the villa, obviously I made them know Kai's number 1. And then I said, my other 2 would be Casey or Tom. Just why not? Just I've got to pick someone. Yeah. And the producers really wanted me to sort of like crack on with Casey. And I had my first conversation with him, and I thought, there's nothing there. There was so much more between me and Kai. And I remember just saying to producers, like, I can't crack on with Casey because if I do that, 1, I'm being fake, and 2, like, it won't go nowhere. Like, I'm not going to, like, risk everything for, like, a fake sort of,
like, connection. Deep down, it's not there.
I just sort of cracked on with Kai, and I stuck to him, and I was like, I'm not going to, like, entertain anyone else, because as lovely as people are in there, there was no, like, romantic connection with anyone in there, so I just stuck to getting to know him. And I was so lucky as well, because when I came in there, he really sort of like opened his arms to me and welcomed me and introduced me to everyone, and like looked after me and showed me around. And like, even like there are parts of the show that aren't filmed, or there's things that are going on in the show, and Kai would be like, oh, you need to go to the girls now. This is your time to have a girl moment. I was like, oh, okay, never mind. Okay. So like he would like tell me stuff that I should have known what needed to do that I didn't know. So like he really looked after me. I think our connection just grew because every single day we were together. Yeah. Yeah.
I just love.
It's cute.
It is so cute. But like, so behind the scenes, like you said, they just wanted you to crack on with someone else. Yeah. Was there more of that, like them like trying to manipulate you or give you storylines or try and get you to be a bit more, problematic?
It was just initially the first 3 years of Casa Amor. After my first day coming to Casa, I spoke to Kai and Casey and then the other boys. And then the second day, we had like a debrief like in the girls' bit upstairs, whatever it was, on the balcony, terrace, whatever. Yeah. And I was like, I've got a connection with Kai. There's nothing there with Casey, so the only person I'm going to focus on is Kai. And then the voice of God is what they call them, said, girls, please keep your options open still. We don't want you to shut your options off completely. So I had to rephrase it and say, I've got a connection with Kai, but I'm still interested in getting to know Casey like that. But apart from that, I said that and I never actually cracked on with him.
No. You knew what you needed to do.
I was like, okay, I'll just say it to keep you happy, but
let me just reword that.
But apart from that, like, they kind of just left me alone, so I'm really lucky. Like, I think they could see that what me and Kai had was real, and they just let us crack on.
I love that, actually. Like, they didn't try and fabricate anything with you guys. Love that.
And I'm very lucky because, like, even when you're in there, like, there are some people that kind of, not get pushed, but they'll have discussions like, how do you feel about this? Or why didn't you talk to that person? And it's completely down to that person if they want to do it. So I'm very lucky I didn't have those conversations because, one, I think if I had the conversations, I would feel like I'm letting them down because I wouldn't want to do it. Or two, I'll just be like doing it for the sake of having, like, I'll feel pressured.
And then you're not true to yourself.
Yeah. So I'm very lucky I was not in any of those situations.
Did you think you were going to win?
No, I honestly did not, because when you're in there, and I think other people said this, like, you honestly don't know what the outside perception of you is or what's happening. And honestly, I thought, like, me and Kai, we were in there, we honestly just stuck to ourselves. It was constantly just us. I didn't really think we got much airtime because you know when you get airtime because the camera's pointed at you. A lot of the time we'll just be sat down, getting to know each other, talking about our families, talking about our life outside the villa, talking about, like, our morals, our goals, ambitions, whatever. Like, things you don't normally see on Love Island.
Normal things people talk about when they're dating.
When you're getting to know people. So, like, for me, because I wasn't, like, getting involved in sort of, like, the arguments or, like, the discussions about other couples or, like, talking to other guys, I didn't think I was getting airtime for people to get to know me and who I was. So I honestly just sat there and I thought, if I don't make it to the final, I'm not really fussed, because at that point, me and Kai had something really, really strong and I was really happy. And there was this one day when me and Kai were in the final three, and I literally said to Kai, I was like, Kai, we're going to go home today. This is after the parents had come in. And then the results had come out and we were the first ones to stay in. I was like, what? And at that point, I did think, oh my God, people like us. That's really weird. Like, yeah. And even at the finals, I was expected to come like third or like fourth or second, like not first at all. So it was a massive shock when we did win.
And just the way you both are, and I think it was refreshing to see a real couple win. And you could tell it wasn't just for the media.
I agree, because, you know, me and Kai were actually discussing this recently, and when I came out of the villa, there was a lot of articles about me being the first Casa Amor girl to win. And as amazing as that is, because that is quite it's like that was history, to be fair. I sat there and said to Kai, it's like, I represent so much more than just a Casa girl. And I don't think. And we said to each other that wasn't even spoken about. Like us as like a couple of colour, me being Indo-Caribbean, him being half Caribbean, half British, but we represent a lot of the population.
And you guys said this in your video as well. So that was what I was actually going to get to. You represent so much more than just being boiled down to a girl from Casa.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I think that was not reflected.
No.
And I think actually who I am as a person and sort of how I carry myself in, like, what I believe in, there's so many things that could have, I think, been reflected on how I handled certain situations in there, whether or not they were aired, I don't know. But I think there's more to it than just a Casa Amor girl. And same with Kai as well.
Definitely. And I think, you know, these days, everyone's so woke and representation and diversity is such a thing. And so if we're looking at it from that angle, people should be so happy that you guys, a couple of colour, a brown girl, like, you guys have won, right? But I just don't feel like the media was giving you guys that energy at all.
No, I completely agree. And it's kind of sad because you don't often see on, like, British television, like, a couple like me and Kai winning things.
Never.
And that was massive for us because of that and who we are. And I just think there was so much more, I think, that could have been published on it. There's so much more that could have changed or could be changing. And it just hasn't happened. Because
clearly the public love you.
Yeah, we got 44% of the votes. So that's massive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why you won. Because the public loved you. They saw that you guys are a genuine couple. And I just feel like the media kind of let you guys down. And, you know, we've seen previous winners or even people that have just been on the show be able to build their profiles from this, get the brand deals. So even though, you know, you went in there and you got what you wanted, which was a real connection, real love, but that side of things, when that wasn't coming, how was that for you?
I suppose for me, like, I never went onto Love Island to sort of expect deals to come my way. I just went on it for the experience and hopefully to actually find love. So when we did win, I never really thought about deals. I was so busy thinking, oh my God, Kai, we just won it. Like, oh my God, let's have like a life outside of like the villa together.
Yeah.
And then if I'm being completely honest, I only actually really started to reflect on the sort of deals and stuff after the season that happened after me, because that's when I saw things happen and I thought, well, we've won it. They've gone and got things straight after from Love Island, not from like other people, from Love Island. And I'm thinking, we didn't get those same opportunities. But also with my sort of like, what I want to do is I've always said I want to work with brands that give back. Yeah. And I just think there's not been any sort of like, or like the brands that you do get after Love Island are not sort of like the brands that I have sort of been one to work with, which is fine for me. But there are brands I
don't align with your
my sort of more, and I want to do so much more, and that hasn't sort of come my way. And I think as well that is sort of slightly to do with how we've just been portrayed on like the media and stuff like that. Like nothing's been focused on who we actually are for people to get, for brands to get to know who I actually am and who I am to work with. If that makes sense.
Why do you think that is though? Like,
I'm really not too sure, to be honest. I don't know. There must be a reason behind it. I don't know, but I just think we didn't get sort of that fair share of representation that we thought we sort of kind of should have got.
Like at least like a front page or something, like, you know?
I just think when you look at previous winners, they are sort of handed things as the winner from like, for example, like a shoot or TV, and then everything else you do is down to you. Yeah. So I think because we like, and all of that stuff as well brings publicity and raises sort of like awareness of who you are as a person and what your hobbies are and what you're capable of doing. And because I think we weren't sort of had the opportunity to do that, that sort of does hinder how you are seen by brands and people that want to work with you, because they've not seen you in a different light outside of Love Island, if that makes sense.
It's like everything just went quiet after Love Island, whereas in previous seasons we've seen like the couples or whatever constantly.
Yeah. Doing like appearances, press shoots, this, that, the other. But we just weren't handed, like we just weren't given the opportunity to do it.
This whole like, obviously before Love Island, you were in your 8 to 5, you know, you were working. Post Love Island, you kind of get thrown into being an influencer and all of this. So what was that transition like for you?
That was actually really tough because I think for me, I was so used to waking up, having a routine, having a structure, knowing what I was going to do in the day. And now being an influencer, like I think a lot of people don't like think it's such an easy thing. You just sit home and post something. But I've come to realise
it's hard.
Oh my God, it is not that. Like it stresses me out. I wake up and I think, oh my God, what have I got to post today? Have I got a deadline? What have I got to talk about?
Deadline.
Like what am I like speaking about? Advertising? I don't even know. Like there's so much going on, and you've got to keep it like going as well. Like you can't go quiet. That is a lot of work. So when I first came out, I was stressed out, especially on Instagram, trying to post things and like keep everyone up to date. Like I was like, God, I can't do this, like this is too much. But like I've settled in now, I've got a really good management team and they've been really supportive and they've sort of helped me into it. And I have adapted, like I do adapt to things really quickly. It just takes a little while, but it's very different to like my old job,
Even it's crazy because like I said, you just get pushed into being an influencer rather than you waking up one day and thinking, I'm going to be an influencer and this is what I'm going to work on. So this kind of whole pressure, like the posting and all this, especially when you weren't given the deals at the start, it was literally all down to you to keep up the appearances and keep up your socials. So that pressure, what was that like?
It was a lot of pressure because I would literally like, it's like you don't get a day off because you're constantly thinking about what can you post or what can you update people on or what can you work on, who can you reach out to, who do you want to work with. Like it's a lot that goes on in your mind. And I've always said from the very start that I want to be very true to myself and work with brands or companies or whatever it is that help to give back to communities, or I want to raise awareness on things that I care about. Like I would love to use I want to use my platform to be able to either like support people, educate people, or do something to just change like people's perspectives on things. And that's just who I am. Because in my old job, I was always a role model to the younger kids I worked with, and I was always there to support people. And I want to continue to do that because then I've got a massive platform, I can do that. So that's just sort of my ultimate aim, and that's what I'm constantly trying to think of. How can I do this? What can I sort of raise awareness on today, or what can I post about? And that's sort of like what goes through my mind.
And not just posting brands for the sake of posting brands.
Yeah, no. Like I'll happily post it if it's someone that if it's a brand that I think actually deserves that sort of like recognition or it does a really good thing, I'll happily do it. But if it's just posting for the sake of posting, like what am I gaining from that?
Exactly.
Like,
so true.
There's so many people out there that post things about like what you're wearing every single day. Like a lot of people do that. So what can I do to be different?
Exactly.
That's what I want to be able to do. Yeah.
And I guess maybe because you're so true to yourself, that's what brands are intimidated of, maybe.
Possibly, I don't know. But I think there are a lot of brands out there that I have spoken to that are sort of brands that like align with like wanting to help other people back, like not just sort of doing things for themselves, also giving back. So there are brands out there, but I just think there also aren't as well. So yeah, I'm just going to stick to being true to myself.
And you know what? That's when you're going to get far. Because I feel like, you know, when people just force things and when people are just doing things to secure the bag, how long is that really going to last?
And I think as well, like if I'm in an area or if I'm working for someone that I'm not truly like 100% feeling, like I'm not going to be happy waking up every day and having to do something and post about something. Like I think I want my feeds and my posts to be, like I said, like something that's meaningful. So,
and reflective of who you are as well as a person. We love this girl. Right, so I thought I would be so lovely and take Sanam on a lunch date here at Indus at the Park Regis. Lovely food. So we're going to have a little twist.
Ooh.
I'm going to blindfold you.
Okay.
So what we're going to do, I'm going to let you put this on, blindfold yourself. And then the lovely team at Indus are going to bring out the food and Sanam is going to guess what we're eating on our date. Even I don't have any idea what we're actually having today, but of course I'll be able to see it.
I've never had lunch this way before.
I know, I thought I'd give you like a new experience.
Thanks, not that I can see my food.
Hello, girls.
Hi. So, what I'm gonna do is place your first item on your plate.
Okay. Do I need, this is like a hand food or do I need like...
I'm gonna put it on your fork for you, don't worry.
That's so good you are.
I know, I told you, I'm gonna treat you well.
I'm so looked after right now being blindfolded.
Okay, it's on your fork.
Sorry.
That way. There we go.
I really can't.
No, wait. Let's stop it again.
I'm sorry, I really can't see anything. This way.
Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Here we go.
Tastes very well seasoned.
We love seasoned food. No salt and pepper here.
Nice. Ooh, bit of a kick to that.
So what do we think this is?
Tastes like lamb. Is it lamb?
Are we sure?
I'm going to say like a lamb dish.
Okay, so remember you've said lamb for your first one. Now, I'm just going to lead your hand and put your fork into your second item.
Okay. Is that in?
Yep, that's in.
Oh.
Now, what do we think this is?
Oh, this tastes like lamb. It's giving like grilled sheesh.
Okay, you might be onto something.
I'm going to say grilled sheesh.
Okay, so I've got your spoon ready for you now. There we go. You got it?
It feels heavy. Oh. Oh.
So what do we think that one is?
Something with coriander in it. Some sort of chickpea.
Yes.
Some sort of chickpea dish with like a sour cream kind of sauce.
You know what? You're doing very, very well.
Stop it.
Okay, we can take our blindfolds off now.
Oh, no.
So your first one,
Bit tangled up. Okay, we're back.
your first one was actually this chicken,
Oh, not lamb.
not lamb. The second one you got correct. It was a lamb shish kebab.
Yay.
And then this was our third.
What was it?
So this is bapri chaat. So there's like a chickpea curry kind of thing. There's these, which is basically like fried dough.
No way.
Pomegranate, coriander.
I tasted the coriander.
She got it right, guys.
I got the coriander.
How was round one, first of all?
Not too bad. Bit shocked that I thought chicken was lamb.
Yeah.
But
We
it's okay.
move, we move. Okay, so I'm going to pass you over your lovely blindfold.
Okay, let's see if I can do this again.
And we are going to bring in the mains in just a sec. I think she did pretty well.
Minus the chicken.
Yeah, minus that little chicken, but the other rest of it, like she got the coriander, she got the sheesh. And now we have our dishes and they look so good.
Smell good, to be honest.
It's like a bit fruity. I'm not that I want to give anything away.
Smells like, what's the word?
Aromatic.
Aromatic.
That's the word.
Smells like there's spices in there. No, I'm not getting fruity.
You're not getting fruity?
I'm not getting fruity.
Are you sure? Okay, so.
Are you sure?
Girl, I can see it. So I'm going to give you some rice because, I'm going to put it in your plate. Just because, I'm not going to trick you on rice.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you your first dish. I'm just plating it up for you.
Thank you so much.
The things we do, on a first
look
date.
after me so well.
I'm so glad you feel that way.
Do you do this at all your dates?
You're the first.
Okay.
This is so technical, man.
It smells like, I'm getting like, I don't know if that's the naan, but I'm getting like a doughy kind of vibe.
Okay, so if you just place your hand forward and here's the spoon. Can you feel the spoon?
Got it, thank you.
All right.
Is the food on there?
The food's on there, ready to go.
So, rice.
You can't cheat, I told you there was rice.
I'm gonna say lamb again.
What is your obsession with lamb?
It's lamb.
Okay.
That tastes nice.
All right. So if you just put your spoon down, and now I have your second spoon ready for you.
That one had a bit of like mint to it.
Did it have a bit of mint?
Bit of mint.
What else was it given?
Like tenderized meat.
Tenderized lamb.
Yeah, tenderized lamb.
Okay, I've got your second spoon ready. Here we go.
Thank you.
Ooh. So what is that giving? Can you taste the fruit, the aromas, the sweet, sweet taste that I was talking about?
No.
So what do we think this is?
Lamb. Like it must be. Is that like a diced cube of meat?
It was a diced cube of meat. So if now that you've tasted both,
Were they both the same thing?
what do you think?
I feel like they're both the same thing.
Do you think I would trick you like that?
Yeah. Potentially, yeah.
Okay, so it's time for you to take your blindfold off. So what you had first was a butter chicken.
Oh my God, I love a butter chicken.
And you thought it was lamb?
I love a butter chicken. I'm so sorry, butter chicken.
That butter chicken is so offended right now.
How am I getting chicken and lamb mixed up?
You've got lamb on the mind today. You have got lamb on the mind. And the second one was in fact lamb.
I'm disappointed in myself with the butter chicken. I love a butter chicken.
Butter chicken, so it has such like a distinct taste.
It's like creamy, right?
I thought you were gonna get that easy.
Because I didn't see it. Do you know what I'm beginning to think? It looks different than it tastes.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. Because if I blindfolded you, right?
Yeah.
And then didn't tell you which one I was giving you, you'd think that was lamb as well.
Okay.
But now because I look at it, I'm like, creamy, but it didn't taste like creamy. Well, it was creamy, but it doesn't taste like butter chicken, if that makes sense. That's because I didn't see it.
It's true. Okay, I'm gonna let you off. Okay. All right, now it's time for us to enjoy our food. So let me pass you over the lamb.
Thank you.
You can pour that for yourself. And now we are gonna carry on getting to know you.
Okay.
Since we are on a lunch date and all of that, we're gonna play my little rapid fire game. But obviously, because we're eating, we won't be too rapid. You can.
I can swallow in things.
Yeah,
right?
you can swallow. You can swallow. All right. So,
what would you like to know?
Okay, so if you were hosting a dinner and you could invite 5 people, dead or alive, anyone, who would you invite?
Okay, dead or alive? My mum for sure.
Yeah.
She's alive. For my mum, I'll probably pick someone like Whitney Houston because I feel like if my mum's there, I've got to satisfy her and get her someone she likes. Like mum, Whitney Houston. Then like Selena Gomez, I think she's absolutely like amazing.
Do you watch Only Murders in the Building?
No, what's that?
Selena Gomez is in there. You need to watch it. So good. Season 3 has just come out. Disney's channel. Disney, yeah, that one. I'm showing my age.
I love Disney Channel. Okay, Selena Gomez. Who else do I look up to? Oh my God, this is not rapid. This is really hard. I feel like there's so many people in my head. I want to say Beyonce, but then I've seen Beyonce in concerts. So I feel like I've already met her. Not that I have met her, but
I know what you mean. Once you've been to a Beyonce concert, you feel like you've got a connection.
I know her. We're besties.
Yeah.
She sang for me.
She did.
1,000 other people, but yeah. Okay. Who else? Probably. Oh my gosh, I don't know. This is really hard. I feel like this is where I need to go through my Instagram and look at who I'm following and figure out. Do you know who's just coming to my mind? I don't know why I invite her, but it's because I only watched the movie Transformers the other day. Megan Fox. So random. So I've got Whitney Houston for my mum, Selena Gomez, Megan Fox, I need one other person. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love this girl, but I forgot her name. She's in Bridgerton. She's in Bridgerton.
Which one?
Like the second season, or the brown, beautiful.
The older sister or the younger sister?
Older sister. So I know. Say Simone something or.
Yes.
Her.
I know who you're talking about, but I don't.
Love her. Like, I looked up to her when I first saw her. I thought, flipping out, you're gorgeous.
Did you watch her in Sex Education?
No.
She's in Sex Education.
Oh, so her.
She's
that's
good.
My 5th person. It's a random mix of people.
No, that's a good mix. Okay, so do you prefer home cooked food or a takeaway?
Home cooked food if I'm not cooking it.
Okay, so what is your favourite food?
Ooh. Right, a chicken tikka. Or a butter chicken. But a chicken tikka is my favourite. Or I'm a pasta girl. I love pastas.
Pasta.
Any sort of like red creamy pasta sauce, I'll have it.
I love carbs.
Love the same.
Carbs are my best thing.
Well, you can, but
pasta doesn't count. All right, so have you watched Men in Black? You know the clicky thing?
Oh yeah.
To erase like, you know, memories and stuff.
Are you going to do this to me now?
No. Unfortunately, I don't have the clicky thing. If you could erase one moment from your time at Love Island, what would it be?
My very first day.
Why?
Because, so in South Africa, right, it's like 40 degrees. I don't even know what it is. And on my very first day, I did a full face of makeup. And I think I came into the villa around like midday. So that was like when the sun was beaming hot. And as I had a full face of makeup, I sweat so much to the point where my upper lip was going, my forehead was going, everything was going.
Not the upper lip.
I know. And I made the very bad mistake of wiping my face, which wiped my makeup away, and that left me with patchy makeup. And you can't see it on TV, and I didn't know this, but my first day talking to all the boys, I would just sit there like, and I hated it so much. So don't wipe, dab. So yeah.
No way.
I'd erase that day.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. All right, what is the weirdest food combination that you like?
Weirdest food combination? What's the weirdest? I do quite a lot of weird things. Do you know what I do? I put mayonnaise on a lot of dishes.
Like what?
Like, I'd put mayonnaise, for
with
example.
This?
No, like with a biryani, I put mayonnaise on it.
No way.
So So I know you're supposed to actually put like yogurt, but I would put mayonnaise because I love mayonnaise. So that's probably my weirdest thing. Biryani, like a chicken or like lamb biryani. And also because of spice, I squirt mayonnaise all over it.
Cool it down.
I know, but instead of yogurt, so yeah, that's what I do.
Okay, we'll let you off. All right, what is your guilty pleasure?
Donuts. Krispy Kreme donuts. I live for the dream, I think it's called Dream Chocolate House or Dream something, Dream Cake, chocolate. Basically, it's a chocolate donut with chocolate inside of it.
You know which one I love? That strawberries and cream one.
Oh,
have you tried it?
Yeah, but I'm a chocolate fan, so it's always chocolate for me.
All right, so now that you're in kind of like this whole media industry, influencer world, what's the biggest red flag you've come across?
For me, I never put myself on like a pedestal where I think I can't talk to anyone.
Yeah.
And I've come across people who are on the same level as me, some even who are higher, it doesn't matter. But when they come across, I've come across people that think they're just the it person, that they don't have time to talk to other people.
Yeah.
And I think we're all at the same level at one point, if you want to put yourself on levels. But I just think that's a massive red flag if you think you're too good to talk to other people.
100%.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed about some people, yeah.
I agree, that is definitely
Not the thing. I think we're all in this industry, we all have to start somewhere, we're all somewhere right now.
Yeah.
Just talk to people. Don't think you're better than other people.
And you never know who you're going to meet either.
Exactly that, yeah. So I think that's a big red flag if you're just a bit too stush. Yeah.
We don't like that. We do not like that. All right, what is your biggest ick?
Like in a person or like in
Generally,
life?
in life, in a person. Let's do both.
In a person, right, if we're talking like men, they bite their nails.
Oh.
I don't like that because I love nails and I always have to make sure my nails are like well done and like well groomed, whatever, like tidy. So if I see someone like sat there like biting their nails, I'm like, that's an ick for me.
Not nice.
And then I think in life, if they've got really bad manners, that's an ick. Yeah. Just don't, I won't give them any of my time. Yeah.
Just be nice.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
When you and Kai came out of the villa, what was the first like outside date you went on?
Well, when we came out of the villa, we had a lot of like things we had to do, like to go and talk about like Love Island and stuff like that. So we were in London quite a bit. So our first date was actually like a few weeks after like we coming out of Love Island.
No way.
And it was like this cute like restaurant in London, because we were in London. And we just sat there and we said, this is our first time going out to dinner by ourselves, not for work reasons or like for, I don't know, publicity reasons, just us two. So it was like our first date in like, I can't remember what it was called, but it's like a grill kind of restaurant in London, near like Oxford Street area. And it was just really cute. So yeah.
Oh, I love that.
It was lovely.
What was it like when people now are like staring at you? They know who you are. Like, can you go to Tesco without people recognising you?
Do you know what it is? I can actually get away with it because like if I go out by myself, I can just about get away with like people not seeing me, like maybe one or two at most. But if I'm with Kai, because he's 6'4", he stands out so much to the point where like you just see him anywhere. So like when I'm with him, yeah, you do get a lot of people, which I love.
Yeah.
But if we're in a rush, I'm like, oh my God, yeah, like I'll take a picture of you, hi. But like when I'm by myself, I can get away with it and sort of do what I've got to do and get out.
People are probably thinking like, is it her?
Yeah, a
Is
lot of
that
the time.
her?
But you
As
see,
soon as you yeah, that's them.
and everyone comes to it. But I do you know what? I love it, to be fair, because I get to meet all the people that supported us, and I think that's my only way to meet them and say thank you personally. So I don't really mind it. I love
That
it.
is so true.
Yeah,
Love
when I'm
that.
else, we're going to meet them. So yeah.
Okay, so we had our mains, and before dessert, there's something that I want to pick your brain on. So obviously you've got Indian heritage, but in the Indian media, the Indo-Caribbean community is rarely represented, if not like, there's nothing, I would say, right? To the point where like maybe you only see people on TikTok or if you've come across them online, but nothing in the media, nothing in Bollywood. So for you, when you were growing up, did you ever feel like you could relate to like the Indian communities?
No, I completely agree with your question. Because, you know, when I said to you earlier, when I came out, when I told everyone, when people figure out that I'm Indo-Caribbean, I didn't feel like those who were Indian would be able to connect with me. It's because of that. I didn't feel like I could connect with them, because I think growing up as well, when I come across people from India or any other part of like any other Asian country and I say to them I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, so I'm Indo-Caribbean, I get such a shut down reaction. It's like, I think it's not from the older generation I've received it from. When I receive that reaction, I instantly feel like I've been rejected.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, I didn't always feel like I could relate to it. Not that I'm like disregarding my heritage, because I'm not.
Yeah.
I have been brought up in like a Hindu household, so like I do connect to it on some level, but I couldn't sit there and say to you like 100% felt welcomed, if that makes sense.
Because there was nothing to represent you there in the media.
Exactly.
In the films.
Exactly. It's 100% sort of actors or actresses from India specifically, and nothing of Indo-Caribbean.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I completely like feel that it isn't represented at all. And I think like what I want to be able to do is to make the other Indo-Caribbean people, especially like the younger ones, because I felt like I didn't fit in anywhere at all.
Yeah.
And I want people to feel like they can fit in, like you do belong somewhere, you are part of a community.
Yeah.
And I think that's just what needs to be sort of done a bit more, or like more. People need to be a bit more educated on what Indo-Caribbean is. Like I am Indian.
Yeah, exactly.
I was just born in a different country, if that makes sense. Yeah.
It's like how we're British, but we're Punjabi, we were just born here, right?
Yeah.
It's completely the same thing.
Same. But it's just like Indo-Caribbeans, like although my heritage is Indian, culturally I've got the Caribbean side of things as well, but it doesn't mean like I shouldn't be sort of welcomed into the Indian community, if that makes sense.
I completely get it. So hopefully there is a shift, but now that our serious topics are over, it's time for a dessert.
Yay.
So I'm going to ask you to blindfold yourself again for the last time, I promise.
My poor eyelashes.
I know.
My eyelash lady is not going to be happy.
Thank you so much. Oh my God. These look insane.
What are they?
Lamb.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, wow. All right, cool. Where do I begin? So, I'm going to give you a fork of the first dessert. It's already on there. There's your fork. No, wrong side.
Okay. Ooh.
What do we think this is?
Ooh. Oh, it's sour. Passion fruit.
Are you sure?
Well, I was, but now I'm not. Yeah, passion fruit.
I feel like it's definitely giving a bit of a passion fruit vibe, but you're close maybe.
Pomegranate?
All right, so this next one I think you're going to enjoy. Let's just give you a bit of everything. Why not? Okay, I'm going to give you the side that you're meant to hold, and I'm going to give it you in the direction.
Oh.
What are we saying?
This one's sweet.
Yeah.
Like it's got, I've definitely had this before.
Yeah.
It's like a little doughy ball kind of thing with like a sugar sort of syrup over it.
Is it?
Am I on it? With like some sort of like pistachio or something.
Okay, you know, up to the pistachio, you were right.
It's got some sort of nut flavour in there, but.
Okay. This is very interesting. Okay. Here we go. I hope this don't fall.
Is that the right way? A fruit cake?
A fruit cake?
Yeah?
Maybe.
A fruit cake.
Maybe.
Has that got pistachios on it?
Yes, it has.
So good.
Okay.
Get me
Last
on
one.
Bake Off. I'd be so good at this. Oh. Oh. Can you hear me crunching?
Yeah. ASMR, guys.
Like a peanut butter, nutty kind of thing, biscuit, cracker. I've had this before.
You've had this before?
There's a word for it.
And what is the word?
Sticky peanut thing.
Okay, you can remove your blindfold.
Oh,
So the first one was passion fruit.
I'm good.
The second one, I knew exactly what you were getting at. You were thinking about a gulab jamun.
Yeah, gulab jamun.
And then, what did we give you for the third one? I gave you a bit of pistachio ice cream. I gave you a blueberry on there.
Oh, I said fruitcake.
I'm just happy she didn't say lamb.
No lamb in here.
No lamb in here. And then the last one was actually that little, to be honest, I don't know what that is myself.
Like a caramel.
It's like, yeah, like something candied.
Oh, it was crunchy, that. It was good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. We do have one last surprise for you.
Ooh.
We're not going to blindfold you for this one. So until it comes, you can enjoy this dessert. And then we're going to give you your surprise for being so cooperative with our shenanigans.
Aww.
Who else would do this on a first date, right? You got to be a team player to put on a blindfold because it could go very left.
Because it is very red flaggish, not gonna lie to you.
Do you know what I mean? Put on a blindfold. Girls, even men, if anyone makes you do that on a first date, run.
Far,
Far.
far away.
Call your Uber and run.
Forget the Uber, just run. Get away.
Okay, so here's your surprise. We know you love chocolate.
God, you shouldn't have.
You know we like to treat you.
You're so lovely.
After all of that blindfolding, this was the least we could do.
Get in my tummy.
There we go. So it's been absolutely lovely having you on. It's been great. I can't wait to see what's coming up next for you because I know you're going to do big, big things.
Thank you very much.
You are so welcome. Now, I'm going to let you enjoy that. But before I let you, where can people find you?
Instagram @Sanami. TikTok @Sanami. I'm making life very easy right now.
Yep.
And YouTube, because me and Kai have just started a YouTube channel.
Yes, you
and
have.
We are doing like little Frankie kind of stuff or like little challenges. Just showing you a bit more about who we are in a non-sort of like scripted environment. Well, no, it's not scripted. Cut that bit out. In a non-sort of structured environment because it's not scripted. So that's the Kai and Sanam show on YouTube. So yeah.
Absolutely amazing. So definitely check that out, guys. And you can catch me next week at the same time. Until then, keep it locked to BritAsia TV.